Shalom, my heroes and Hebrews. This is Oilfield Disciple, and we are cruising with Jesus. This is the way this channel first started out. Was I would point the camera and I'd cruise around, check my wells, and we'd talk about different concepts and doctrines from Scripture. And if you go back and look at my archives, you kind of see how the Lord has kind of just moved this channel. I don't have a whole lot of subscribers, but that's fine. The ones I do have are pretty loyal and diligent, and I believe that He will bring more. So anyway, let's cruise with Jesus. I'm gonna flip the camera around. I hope this message will bless you, encourage you, and even frustrate you. Go look up what I say for yourself. All right, let's see if we can get the camera set up here without it being all blurry. Not too bad, huh? Okay. So what I want to talk about today is aftermath. Have we thought about, and I'm sure we have, what the world's going to look like when we come out of uh, our homes per se back into the world? Okay, and I know a lot of us are still going and coming and moving about, but there's a lot that is in their homes and have been in their homes. But regardless, what's the world going to look like post COVID-19? You know, I was talking to a brother this morning that, you know, uh, President Trump is already basically, without coming out and saying it, he's declared martial law across the land. Right now, you're right. It's kind of borderline whether um, of what rights we actually do have right now. Now would not be the time to be challenging authorities on this is my right to do this or do that, because right now it's kind of on the iffy side. When they make you go and stay in your home, you've lost some civil rights. I don't care what you say, and I don't care what they call it, whether it be martial law or whatever. But look at the economy. We talked a little bit about it yesterday. That this is planting season, and unless the farmers are getting out there and actually doing the planting, which some are, I know, uh, but many are not for lack of product, whatever the case may be, lack of workers. You know, the farmers that put food on the Americans' table, um, they're not just growing a little 8 by 10 plot in their backyard of tomatoes and onions, bell peppers and whatnot. No, we're talking about acres and acres, sections of land. 640 acres to a section, sections and sections that are to be planted that are not going to be planted this year, uh, due to whatever reason. As I continue to look at the situation, I first come out and I didn't think there was nothing to it. And then I thought, this is pretty serious. But I'm back to leaning towards something's behind all this, and this is not as serious as it's being portrayed. We've had a whole lot more serious diseases come and go that have not caused the world to go into lockdown like it is now. Um, Hell, Ebola was worse than this. Uh, SARS, H1N1, coronavirus, and all those were just as serious and just in the same as this. I have a few doctor friends that I've talked to, and the problem is I'm not like hey, buddy, where we talk every day. We're just, I probably should say acquaintances. Um, and it's funny that I'm getting the same generic report regardless of the doctor that I talk to or the nurse that I talk to. It's a generic report. And what I mean by that is they're all saying the same thing. It's almost like they're reading the script of what they're supposed to say, and that concerns me. Um, in private talks, I've had them tell me almost word for word reports that I've already read on the internet, and they'll throw their little spin on it that it's their idea, that that's what they believe. Well, that's a generic answer, and I don't like generic answers. Um, I don't know, y'all. I would definitely keep my head on a swivel as we're going through this. How long will it last? Man, a wild guess from just what I've looked at so far, I don't see it ending in April, and probably mid-May, early June before we come back out. And then I have a feeling that there's going to be this sudden outbreak, and we're going to go right back into quarantine. And I figure we're going to spend most of 2020 um, in quarantine. Why I say that, um, who was that? Was that Fauci? Dr. Fauci or one of the other heads of states? I can't remember which one said it now. It was a couple days ago, but that I seen the report, but actually it was a news feed from like March 20th. He said, and I quote, "We are in a live exercise." Well, an exercise is a drill. It's a military drill. Um, Now, this guy was the head of the CIA at one time, and so maybe that's just the way he talks. We'd look at it that way. I have a way that I speak because of me being in the oil field, and it's hard even when I'm talking about something different than the oil field to take that jargon out. I get that. Um, Maybe that's just the way he's been programmed to speak, and that didn't mean anything. But I don't know. Whenever he said that this is a live exercise, that really raised some red flags to me. Um, there are reports of people going to hospitals in major cities, and it's quiet as a mouse. Nothing unusual going on. There's the signs all up, the physical signs of COVID-19. This is where you line up for your testing and blah, blah, blah. Quiet as a mouse. I don't know, y'all. I really don't. But what is the aftermath, and what are they after here? I figure they're grabbing for some rights, some of our civil rights from the Constitution. My sister-in-law, um, well, let me just be careful how I say this, told us that she works for a corporation, a major corporation, that we've all probably shopped at. And they have been told that this is how they answer the phones from now. Hello, welcome to blah, 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 your uh, vaccine headquarters. This I was told yesterday. What are they grabbing for? You know what? Screw it. Walgreens. Okay. Welcome to Walgreens. This is your vaccine headquarters. How can I help you? What in the hell? Now, I know we've been pushing vaccines for years, and I know that the American people are waking up um, to the vaccine BS, and a lot are opting out. And so maybe this is a push to reinstall that agenda. Um, People are operating out of fear right now, and it's driving me crazy. Not only operating, they're making daily, minute by minute decisions based on their fear. And I've made videos on this already throughout this last 15 days on operating out of fear and how dangerous it is. But the American people, and really the people worldwide, are operating out of fear. They have, through the media, pushed this agenda that this is a global killer and it's going to wipe away basically a third of our population. A week ago, as I read up and as I learned what this could do to a population, I recognized its seriousness. And I still do recognize its seriousness. Don't hear me wrong. I believe this still could be a very serious situation, but I don't think it is. I think that it is being used to push some sort of agenda. Um, Watching that press conference yesterday with President Trump, that's really the first time I've seen him in the press actually get along. The press ask decent questions, and Trump respond in a professional manner towards the question, but still dance around the questions. I mean, you can tell